Hello, Sarine. Welcome to GoCast. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you. It's a pleasure to host you today at GoCast. And how about we kickstart the conversation by you introducing yourself, who you are, where you come from, and how did you ended up in cybersecurity?
Absolutely. So my name is Sarine Bedrossian. Very happy to be here. I've been a freelancer for CY-CLIC in fraud prevention and cybersecurity for a bit more than 3 years now. And where am I from? I'm born here, born and raised in Montreal, actually Laval. My origins are half Armenian, half Bulgarian. My parents are immigrants. My dad from Bulgaria and my mom from France, but she's fully Armenian from Turkey. Yeah, I grew up here. I'm a huge fan of Canada. I love just how Canada is very peaceful and quiet and not hectic like other countries I've visited. But how I ended up in cybersecurity, it's a very good question. I was a tutor for a very long time, for maybe 9 years. And I've seen my students with phones and emails and social media, and then they started receiving sorts of fraud messages. They were in situations that could potentially put them at risk. So this is how I started looking into cybersecurity. I have a background in psychology and criminology. I actually studied psychology thinking I was going to become a psychologist. And then after the third year, I said, this is really not for me. So I was able to condense everything and still get a degree. And then I paired it with 2 years of criminology, which is another passion of mine, CSI and CIS and all of those
That's
shows
cool.
and books. Love
Yeah.
that. So paired it, got a degree. And this is where I started to look for the next step. There was this plus my tutoring with my kids. So I started looking into, those fraud messages and all sorts of situations like this. And this is where I discovered cybersecurity, the fascinating world of cybersecurity, cyber crimes, and all of that. So right now I'm studying at Polytechnique, Montreal, where I'm able to just build a bachelor's degree in cybersecurity with different sorts of certificates. Yeah, this is my very in-depth background.
Super cool. Thank you for sharing. I'll start with one question because you mentioned kids and student and fraud messages.
Yeah.
There's a huge rise in Roblox player. I think the most played platform, and they beaten record, if I'm not wrong,
Mhm.
recently with Grow a Garden, which my two kids are, well, I have 3 kids, but only 2 are stuck on that game. Apparently, there's a lot of criminals in Roblox. There's no threshold, or there's probably some things that they're doing to prevent all of that. But what's your point of view around those games and potential frauds and, of course, crime that goes with it for sure, which is not super great. But I mean, is there anything that we should be or that we're doing, except, of course, for awareness, because training is the key for me. But apart from that,
It's a very good question because it's been a really long time. It's not just Roblox, it's any sorts of games that are online, that has a online presence. So when you go on Roblox, you have messages, right? The kids can message themselves and you don't know who's the other person on the other side of the screen. And sometimes it's very problematic messages.
and they're trading things and
Yeah.
tools. And I remember my oldest one was crying because he traded something with someone, but he
Yeah.
got stolen the thing he traded, right? So he learned the hard way, but there's worse than that.
Honestly, there's 100% worse because sometimes they message, oh, you should follow me on TikTok to continue the conversation, or you can follow me on Instagram or other sorts of platforms because they want them to get out of Roblox in order to try and do other situations on other sorts of social media. But the most important is raising awareness with your kids. It's to tell them, if someone sends you a message that is problematic, come see me, or don't answer, don't believe what they're asking you to share, or just play with your friends. Just play with the people that you know, the kids that you know. It's the most important, not to accept random messages or random requests.
Which they eventually do by design, right? Because the game is built in a way that you need to connect with others, to play with others. Anyway, as you mentioned, that's not something new. We've seen that with World of Warcraft and other games
Call of
like that.
Duty.
What are you doing today? What's CY-CLIC?
So CY-CLIC, what we do is we raise awareness. This is the bigger picture. We raise awareness and we work a lot with nonprofits and small to medium-sized businesses. We do conferences, we train, we do personalized consultations, a lot of conferences, a lot of raising awareness on a lot of matters, a lot of themes. So of course, fraud prevention, the subject that everyone loves is passwords, how to secure your accounts, social media, Law 25, so Bill 25, which is very important here in in Quebec, we do AI. We started AI, of course, because it's a very important subject to raise awareness on. So we do the cyber attacks and how to integrate AI in a professional context. Also, what we do is we try to raise awareness on social media. So it's a different sorts of clients, more of, everyone who follows us, we raise awareness with them.
A
Lots of
mailing
content.
list or you create
Yeah.
a capsule or video? What's the way you're
Yeah,
working? Yeah.
mailing lists, videos on YouTube. We do a lot of posts with some games, or sometimes just we pick a theme and then we just try to make something out of it to try and raise awareness on that matter.
Are you on TikTok?
No, we're not on TikTok. We didn't follow that trend yet.
Question, right?
Yeah.
Is it a place where you should be sharing? Well, I think there's a lot of user on TikTok, and the awareness should start there.
I know. Honestly, we tried and it didn't work that well. Maybe we're not professionals in TikToks, but maybe one
Right.
day.
So LinkedIn is
100%.
really a place where you do communicate, exchange, discuss. Facebook
Yeah.
is a place where everything goes. Instagram is more, hey, look at me, seen, be seen, and like scroll to death. And then TikTok is more, hey, look at my lifestyle. This is what I do
Yes.
today. So those, I think each of those social media has their own purpose and have a mean to offer different kinds of experience, I'd say. You're really into the awareness, and older people are more target for you, or younger people, or
Anyone who has access to internet. So it could be parents, grandparents, it could be younger generations, it could be just adults, young adults. It's anyone who has a presence online. But of
Yeah.
course, who's more targeted going to be, of course, the elderly community and the younger community and the businesses.
What's your point of view around schools, and especially, not high school, but a bit younger than that, like in terms of cybersecurity training? Should they not be having those training while they're super young?
They are super young, but at the same time, they have phones now. They have phones, they have social media. I've seen it with my own students. They're very smart. Honestly, the kids nowadays are very smart. They're able to, try to go around the restrictions. But yes, it is important to raise awareness with them. There's a way to do it. It's not, you don't have a CEO in front of you. You have a kid. You have to raise awareness in a way to make them understand, more like a game. But I think with the school, it's a bit more difficult. It's more of the parents who should try to raise awareness in a way. What we try to do is help them. We try to help the parent, help the kid.
Thank you, Sarine. If you could go back in time and talk with Sarine and give her some advice, career-wise or cybersecurity-wise, what kind of advice would you give
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, it's okay to change the subject that you study, because after my third year, the career path affected me a lot mentally when I abandoned psychology. But I said, it's okay. It's okay. You could do whatever you want. It's your future. You have the control of it. So I said, it's okay to be patient. Oh my gosh, it's the first time someone asked me this question. But I would say to be just really patient and just be nice with yourself about all the changes that you will bring.
Well, that's super great advice. And I think that what you're doing is absolutely amazing, and you should keep on do it more. And it was a great pleasure, Sarine, to have you in a
Thank you
chat
for
with you.
inviting me.